Out driving with the queens on the green. Queens out on the green. Who we are, it don't change. Score so low, it's insane. Out driving with the queens on the green. Queens out on the green.
Welcome to Queens on the Green. Today we have a very special guest, Cathy Harbin. Cathy is the PGA of America and large board director on course operations. She is also a member of the LPGA and National Golf Course Owners Association. Cathy served as the vice president of golf for Club Corp, working with over 150 golf courses across America. Her dedication and passion to golf has led her to numerous awards, including Golf's Inc. magazine's Most Admired Golf Course Operators, News Magazine's Women of the Year, and United Athletes Foundation's Athlete of the Year. She is also inducted into 3 Hall of Fames. Cathy, you are a true trailblazer. Let's all welcome Cathy.
Thank you. Thank you. Happy to be here.
So excited to have you.
Well,
thank you for joining us.
Yeah, I'm very excited to meet both of you and get to know you a little bit more. And the trailblazer word, I looked it up actually, and to see if there were other words like that, because I didn't know if there was some kind of copyright with that. But I really feel like what you guys are doing with the show and the forums that you're putting out there, you are trailblazers also. So congratulations.
Thank you. You know, it's funny, right? The 3 of us are able to come together and sit down as women and talk about golf and figure out how we're going to make this game bigger and stronger. And it's doing just that. We've seen tremendous growth in the last couple of months, or actually in the last year. There's been many programs and a lot of different activities and just all things, not only for women, but for minorities. And with your role, and you have such a tremendous role with the PGA of America, and just all of the organizations that you've been affiliated with and maintained relationships. One of the coolest things for everybody to know is that Cathy owns and operates her own golf course in Paris, Texas. But Cathy likes to use Paris and Pine Ridge Golf Club. Tell us a little bit about Pine Ridge Golf Club and some of the really cool things you're doing there.
Yes, I love to just say Paris and let people's minds wander a little bit, and then I eventually say Texas, because Texas is cool also.
Yes.
Pine Ridge Golf Course. It really, the first thing I'd say is it checked all the boxes of the kind of golf course that I wanted to own originally, which was something that was very player friendly, something that could challenge the more advanced players, but the beginners and the novice golfers would still be able to get out there and have some fun with it and enjoy the round and not have to hit perfect shots to get around the golf course. And so it definitely is that. It's 5,800 yards from the very back. So the farthest it will ever play is 5,800 yards.
I love
it. And it goes up from there. And all the way to, I've added 2 tees since I've been there. I've added a senior men's tee and a senior women's tee. And we've got the kids playing from 150 yards. And so it's all about everyone going out there and just having fun, just having a good time. There's no bunkers. There's 0 bunkers on the golf course. And that's one thing I hear all the time. People ask me, because I've made a lot of improvements, as you can imagine, in my 4 years there, just with the course conditions. And I get asked, when are you going to put some bunkers in? And my answer is always the same. Why would I do that? Why would I put it? Why would I try to make it harder? It's not my intent to make the game harder or the golf course harder. So I have no intention of adding bunkers or anything that's going to make it more difficult.
I love that. Yeah, you know what? I'm a bunker lover. So, but I want to say, both Nisha and I, we are going to be members. We're going to come out there and we are going to all play some golf together for sure. I want to ask you, can you talk a little bit about the female member participation and how you're seeing growth in female participation in golf?
Well, I'll start with Pine Ridge because it's a great story, and I've been able to tell it many times. That when I was first looking at this golf course, I spent a lot of time there, through the negotiations and just the closing of the loan and things. And almost 3 months straight, I was there almost every day at some point. And during those 3 months, I didn't see one female. I didn't see
Wow.
a female riding with their husband or their boyfriend, just riding along. Zero. I didn't see any kids either. And so, so I started asking, have women ever played here? And yeah, there was a time when we had some women, some co-ed, some different things going on. So I said, give me the names of 2 females, just 2 that have been very involved. And I started with those 2 ladies. I took them out to dinner. I met with them regularly. We talked about things we could do. And now 4 years later, you can go to Pine Ridge any given day and there might be more women there than men. It's like a very female friendly place, of course, but it really is. The women feel so comfortable there. They've gotten better. They love playing the game. It's just been amazing. And I give that template out to people all the time, golf course operators. You don't have to wait until you have a group of 10 women or 20 women. Start with 2. They were 2, and then they brought some friends, and then their friends brought some friends, and it just has grown from there. It's
what
crazy.
What sort of like activities were you able to create to help that momentum grow for all the women?
Well, I think instruction's a big part of it. You know, I'm a PGA professional, and I do a lot. I do a lot of teaching myself still, and I think getting women out there, feeling more comfortable with the game, and probably as much as anything, realizing that they don't have to hit a great shot. It doesn't have to be where they're out there hitting great shots to be able to enjoy the game, and so we've got full of stories, 30 years in the business, but the one lady I was teaching, she was just talking about how good her husband was, and I've never been able to play with him because he's so good, and he comes home and he tells me all about his round, all these great shots he hit. And I'm like, Julie, I know your husband. With your husband.
You're like, pretty sure I saw him in the trees twice today.
He is not that good, let me tell you.
That is hilarious.
There's just a lot of these myths out there about how good you have to be, and we've created a very welcoming environment, and you ladies know as well as anyone that sometimes the biggest barrier to new women entering the game are current women who play the game. If they don't have the right kind of attitude about the welcoming new women in, and it's let them mess around and break a few rules and don't be so uptight about it, and we really create that kind of environment where I would not let the Ladies Golf Association, the Thursday night ladies group, I would not let them form an association. I was like, no, we're not going there. We're not going to go there into that space where it's rule driven and you have officers and all that stuff. Just
right.
Very cliquey. Yeah, I wouldn't even let them form the association. Ladies gather here on Thursday and everyone gets to play, and there's no association, there's no rules. It's just all about fun.
I love that.
I always thought that golf courses should offer free champagne from 5 to 6:30.
Yeah.
That would be my tactic.
I'm telling you, Cathy, it has been a dream of both Nisha and myself to have our own golf course, because I swear it would just be a party 24/7. Like, I always envision having like 80s day, or like a Madonna day, and like come dressed up.
Very good.
We like themes, we like
We
themed
do.
parties, we like themed events. And so if you can kind of get creative and take themed events onto the golf course and those kinds of experiences, I think we would really lure more women into the game. in a welcoming way and non-intimidating way, right?
Yes, definitely.
But yes,
All right.
for sure.
So when I have the Madonna Day, you both have to come.
Yes.
When I host
yeah, we're gonna have to plan it.
We're gonna host it.
It'd be great.
Yes.
Cathy, you led the successful launch of Get Golf Ready, a national instruction program that's dedicated to the future of golf and has combined over $1 billion to the golf industry. Can you share more about that process and some of the things that you're working on now, some of the programs?
Well, Get Golf Ready, it was a great program that the industry came together. All the associations in the industry came together and said, let's put something out there where all golf courses can offer this program. And it's entry level, and everyone can feel comfortable taking this program. And for years I've said about it is that you're going to go through this. It's 5 lessons, and you're going to go through this program, and you're not going to feel comfortable playing Saturday morning at 8 o'clock, but you are going to feel comfortable playing Tuesday at 2. And it's all designed to build your comfort and your confidence. So it's 5 lessons, and it goes from meeting you in the parking lot and how do you walk through, how do you feel comfortable, where do you park, and to putting, chipping, and just all aspects of the game. And I teach this even now, and I taught it when I was at Club Corp, and I taught all the ladies in the office. I offered it to, they could come out and learn how to play golf, because it's surprising how many women work in golf that don't play golf. And to your point, the very first lesson, I met him in the parking lot with a big tray of vodka lemonade, and that's
oh my god,
that's how we started our lesson.
Get Golf Ready.
You know what I love that you said is that in these sessions you talk about how to enter the golf course, because that I believe is, to me, is one of the most, even till today, playing golf and like playing professional golf, when I pull up to a lot of golf courses, it's very intimidating, even though I know what I'm doing. I mean, you don't really know what to expect. You're kind of being judged a little bit, right? And so how do you really pull up? How do you pull up? You know, how do you enter the gates? How do you walk into the pro shop? It's so important that is a basic instructional tool that we should be able to teach women. And you would never think you would have to explain that process. But it's
getting to the first tee is a job. Getting to the first tee is a job, and it's almost like you need to perfect it and stylize it the way you would picking an outfit. You always want to go through a mental process when you're, getting ready to play, or a pre-shot routine. The pre-shot routine from parking lot to pro shop to first tee, it's your thing, right?
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it. And even once another great thing about Get Golf Ready is that each lesson we went out on the golf course. So if we were going to learn putting, we would learn it on the practice putting green a little bit, but then we would go putt on a hole on a golf course, because in addition to it being intimidating from the parking lot to the pro shop, from the driving range to the golf course is like this great divide that's so intimidating. So after 5 lessons of putting out on one of the holes and seeing the surroundings, or chipping out on one of the holes, or hitting your wedge into the green, or driving on from one of the tee areas that's really a tee area, not just a driving range, because again, all these factors that when you've been playing it for a long time, you don't necessarily think about how new it is to everyone, but it really is. It's brand new to a lot of these golfers.
Cathy, I want to ask you, how has golf impacted your life? And what would you tell women who want to enter the game but don't know how? So exactly what we're talking about right now, but how has it impacted you, and what would you say to, a woman who is novice and wants to enter the game?
That there's so many directions you could go with that question. It's an awesome question. I think the one thing to say is just, if you think about what you want in your life, what do you want in your life? You want your friends, you want your family, you want to have a few laughs, you want to, have a few cocktails at the end of the day. You want this this fun environment, and you want a little exercise, you want to get outside and breathe fresh air. Anything you would put on your list. I can't think of anything in my head, but there's probably other things. But almost anything you would put on your list of things that make you happy in your life, golf gives you that. It gives you the opportunity.
Silence. Sorry, I thought about that. Silence.
Absolutely, yeah. Even I was even thinking about meditating and those things. So, if you really want to just have some time with nature, we all talk about, wow, if I could just go sit on a beach somewhere and get some sunshine. Well, what if you just went and threw your bag over your shoulder and went and played 9 holes? How peaceful is that? And you guys have done it, so just how.
However, it's not so peaceful when you're playing bad. A lot of people say golf is so relaxing and blah, blah, blah. And then you go play with them and they're just topping it everywhere. I'm like, how is that relaxing for you?
So I would like to counter that, Seema, and I have perfected peaceful bad golf. Because
there you go.
I think I don't get as mad at myself as I used to, or be hard on myself. I think I've been able to just literally relax and just be like, okay, well, I still have another shot.
Yeah. That's about managing expectations. So I teach that all the time about managing expectations, because they might see you hit a shot, or they might see someone on Nelly Corda hit a shot, and they're like, I want to hit it like that. And it's all about just kind of reeling in and managing the expectations, and just what you said, it's about, how do you have peaceful golf that's not going to be on tour?
Right.
Like, I know when I take out a 4-iron, it's 50-50.
Yeah.
Like, I know I'm not going to strike it.
Golfers. Yeah.
Long irons are never easy. Ever.
I'd rather back off my 7-wood than hit a 4-iron. But if it's early in the round, let me whip out that 4-iron and see what's up.
Give it a shot.
Yeah. Cathy, what's your go-to shot?
Well, I love my 8-iron, and I could do stuff with the 8-iron. So you put an 8-iron in my hand, I'm feeling pretty happy about it.
So you're talking like fairway, around the greens.
Yep.
Your 8-iron is like that magical
low shot, high shot. They're like, you're gonna hit that low shot with the 8-iron. I'm like, oh yeah, I know right where to play it to keep it under that tree. Yeah.
See, Nish, do you have a go-to shot?
I love being around the greens and chipping. I feel like I'm really confident with my 60 and my 58. And I just love to play and spin and just, I know you don't have any bunkers, which, I love a bunker shot sometimes even more than I'd love to chip. Because if I feel like I can cut through the sand and just, I love the spin, something fun about short game.
Nish is actually, her short game is incredible. I thought you were going to say putting because she makes everything. Your chipping's pretty good. I'm a driver. I like to.
Yeah, she hits it far.
I like to get on the tee and like take deep breaths and act like Bryson DeChambeau.
Yeah, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my go-to shot. You guys, this is so cute. We're talking about our go-to shots. This is awesome.
Fun.
Yeah. I want to ask you too. You are obviously, you've got a lot going on in your life. You are doing a lot. How do you find time for golf?
I realized a long time ago that if you tell your customers and your golfers that you never play golf, they are so disappointed. It's like you see the disappointment on their face that if you say, I haven't played golf for a month, and they're just like, oh my gosh, how can that possibly be? They're sad. So a long time ago, I decided that really was an important part of what I was going to do, was to get out and play golf and get out and be a part of the game of golf with the members and and even with one of the committees I have now with the PGA of America, it's about adult player development. And one of the things we're talking about is giving golf pros the permission to go play golf. It's like it used to be that golf pros wore this badge of honor that they hadn't played for 6 months. And it's like, let's make it the opposite. The badge of honor should be like, I played every day the last 6 months. It's that's the business we're in.
As a junior player, I loved when our head pro would in the evening, just pack up the clubs and like we see him coming down or well, we've never had a female head professional. I'm sure that we'll experience that. But our head professional would come out and just play 8 holes or 7 holes in with us until kind of the sun goes down. And, I remember being a junior and feeling really special that he did that.
Absolutely. I'm the same way. I loved seeing our head professional come out and, it's just, especially when you're learning the game and giving you tips and, and I think too for my father, he would always go and play a couple holes with the head pro, and it's just nice to be able to engage, and it becomes almost like a family oriented environment, right? And that's so important, I think.
Yeah.
It's part of the membership. So to your point, Cathy, it's like, having that relationship with all those in the pro shop, from A to Z, all levels, being able to communicate, having the grace to walk into the shop, hello, address members, or, say good morning or good afternoon. There's a pleasantry to the process. And it's important that those are some of the things that I really do think women, if they knew, they would, we would be playing this game a lot more, which I think that's where we're headed.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so we're going to play a little game.
All right.
Yeah, now we're playing some games, Cathy.
Okay, this game is called Who Would You Rather? But first, before I start, do you have a certain song, or do you have like a certain genre of music? What do you listen to on the way to Pine Ridge Golf Club? What are you jamming out to?
I don't know what genre it would be, but I'm kind of a Billy Joel, Jackson Brown, James Taylor.
Okay. So I'm going to switch this question up then. Okay. So if you were to host a day at Pine Ridge Golf Club with either of these two, who would you select? Billy Joel or Phil Collins?
That's a good question. Billy Joel.
What's your favorite song? And sing a line from your favorite song.
Piano Man.
Oh, we'll sing it together. Ready? Sing us the song of a piano man. Sing us the song tonight.
I'm in the mood for a melody.
And then I'm feeling all right. No, na, 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 na.
Oh my God. We start the fire.
It was always that since the world
Billy Joel is awesome.
Yep.
I would have to say
my mom would play music around the house like all the time.
Say I would go with Phil Collins, so maybe we can like have a foursome.
Yeah.
Nish, you're invited.
I know. It's just me and Elton are doing other things.
Only if Cathy allows fivesomes are you invited.
I allow five.
Okay, cool.
All right. So the best concert I ever went to.
Yeah.
Was Joel and Elton John.
Wow. Where was that?
It was in Gainesville, Florida.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I would do that. So, little sidebar. This is like one of the best weekends ever. I surprised Seema, and I got us front row center to Richard Marx. And then the next day, Sunday, we got front row center tickets to Taylor Dane. And I bought the meet and greet packages.
Oh yeah, that's nice. Yep.
And this is really funny. So when we met Taylor Dane, we told Taylor Dane that we saw Richard Marx the night before, and she was like, "Oh, what's he doing here?" We're like,
Taylor, don't hate. So we know you are a Diet Coke sipper.
Cheers.
We're gonna get us all a Diet Coke commercial here in 2022. So, but we also know that after you finish your Diet Coke during the day, you love a nice glass of wine. Okay, so let me set the scene, okay? You just finished playing 18 holes with one of these two gentlemen, and you get to go into the Pine Ridge clubhouse in the dining area and have a marvelous dinner. Who would you rather have that experience with? Tiger Woods or LeBron James?
Ooh.
Tiger Woods.
Ooh.
Tiger Woods.
Oh. I would have picked Tiger too.
Yeah.
I would pick Tiger all day. I would
All
pick
day.
Tiger all day.
All day.
That was kind of like an easy one though. That's like that was like a given.
And I love LeBron too.
Houston, wait a second. Houston Rockets. Are you a basketball fan?
I am a basketball fan, but I'm a Dallas Mavericks.
Dallas Mavericks.
Oh, Dallas Mavericks.
Okay, so it would have to be like Tiger Woods and what's it? His name Luka Doncic.
Luka
Doncic.
He played so well.
Yeah, he just retired, but yes.
He did?
He retired? Oh, I think.
Are we thinking of the same person? I have to look it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, ladies, let's just stick to golf.
Yeah.
What if we were like ESPN right now?
They would love us on ESPN. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Well,
our facts are not factual.
Here's a LeBron story. So I'm announcing on the P at the women's PGA this last week, and I'm trying to get all these names, how to say them right, and I'm practicing this one. Sobron was her name, her first name, and finally one of the caddies comes up, and I was asking the caddy how to say it, and another caddy walks up and says, "It's LeBron, except for it's so in front." I'm like, "Got it, thank you." It was like perfect. Sobron, got it, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, you got to find the ways to do it,
Yeah,
that poor person. Like every time she's like, "Hi, I'm Sobron," they're like, "LeBron?" She's like, "Sobron, LeBron?"
Well, Cathy, we cannot thank you enough for coming on Queens on the Green with myself and Seema and sharing your journey. We would love to have you on again and detail all the great things you continue to do. We're so proud to have you, and we hope we can follow in your footsteps. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Yes, thank you both for the great questions and the fun time on here. And I know part of it is just making sure everyone knows that the game, it's not our grandfather's game anymore. It's our game, and it's all about fun, and it's all about getting out there and being comfortable with every shot, whether it's good or bad, and just having some fun.
Well, I hope that we can come visit you. We can all tee it up at Pine Ridge Golf Club. We're excited. Definitely excited.
No, we're going to Paris. Don't you understand?
Yes. Cathy, we are coming. We're coming in hot.
Okay, I'll be ready.
Out driving with the queens on the green.